Today I'm going to be sharing with you how to make some beautiful farmhouse home decor dupes, and these turned out super gorgeous. You're not going to want to miss any one of these DIYs. So without any further talking, let's go ahead and jump in. I'm gonna be creating some of these signs from Bed Bath and Beyond. I think that they have some really beautiful decor on their website and I wanted to recreate them. So the first one is this farmhouse minus the farm sign. You can see the price right there, $26.34. To me that is pricey for a sign, just a little sign. So I am going to show you how you can make them for cheaper. This sign was from Hobby Lobby. This is where I got all of my signs for today's projects, and all of these signs were for 40% off of the price that you see on the tags. And that is not bad because this sign here was $6.99 plus 40% off, so it is not bad at all. And I had all the other supplies on hand. If you are a crafter, you would most likely have them on hand as well. So you can see there I have the farmhouse and the minus the farm cut out on my Cricut there, because I want to use that as a little stencil to write out those words. So what I'm gonna do is I'm taking some of this brown paint and I'm painting the background of my sign, because this is going to give us that rustic look. Because on the sign from Bed Bath and Beyond, you can see that it looks like it was almost in the background of the white paint. So I'm gonna put this as the background, and then we're gonna lay down our words, and then we're gonna paint over those words and peel up the letters afterwards. So you'll see exactly what I am talking about. So we're just gonna let that brown paint get nice and dry so we can place down our wording. And before we even place them down, I'm gonna take my sand block and just sand down that paint, because I do really want this to look rustic. And you guys, this sign turned out really nice. I love how it turned out. For some reason it looks like it's almost brick. Once I remove the farmhouse wordings, you're gonna see in the end. So now I'm just trying to center it out right there, and I'm just peeling up that transfer tape. And the color didn't matter of the vinyl that I cut, because obviously we're just going to remove it anyway. So I just use the color that I don't really use, so that way it doesn't matter if if it went to waste. So now I'm taking this white paint to go over that whole entire wording. And now I know what you're thinking, what about minus the farm? I completely forgot. So you can see I catch on in just a minute here, and what I did was I sanded down over the white paint that I just placed down, so that way I can get that brown to come back, so that way I can add the minus the farm before I got too much further. Thank God that I caught on to it. So yeah, so I just sanded it down, the white paint, so I can get the brown to come back through, as you can see here. And once that was ready to go, I added the minus the farm, and then I just took that white paint and I painted over the entire sign with a nice full and complete coat. So you can see just like this, just paints over the entire thing, all over the vinyl, and you would have a nice clean looking sign. And then once we peel up those letters, you're gonna see that brown in the background, which is gonna look really nice. So I'm gonna take my little Cricut tool here to help me peel them up. Now for my sign, I do think that I let the paint dry a little bit too much. It's better if you remove them when they are a bit wet still, so that way they can come up nice and easy. But I did let it get a little bit too dry, but it wasn't that much of a problem. I did, I worked with it and I did my best. So you can see it's coming up pretty well. What I decided to do afterwards, since the paint was a little bit peeling from the edges, I just took some of my Mod Podge and I dabbed it all on the words so that the edges could go nice and flat down. And then I just added a layer of that Mod Podge so it can keep everything nice and nice and tight and flat down as it should be. And you can see the sign here. It is looking absolutely beautiful. As I said, it did turn out really well, even with the paint wanting to peel up since I did let it dry a little bit too much. But it does look really beautiful. Now I'm just taking the same white paint and I'm going over the inside edges because I just thought that it would look better with it painted white as well. So I just added some painter's tape so I can have a little guard and painted those edges. So now you can see what I was talking about with the Mod Podge. I am just trying to flatten down those edges that wanted to lift up from when we peeled off the vinyl. So this is gonna help everything stay nice and down. So I'm just gonna give it a nice layer and let it dry really well. Once that is done, I am gonna go in with this nautical rope or just rope from Dollar Tree, and I'm going in with my hot glue gun so I can place it around the entire sign. Now the one from Bed Bath & Beyond didn't have this, but I thought it would give it a nice extra look and finish and make it look more rustic too and farmhousey. So I just wrapped that around the entire sign, and once that was done, that was it for this sign. And once again, the final look is gorgeous and I love it. You would have to let me know what you think and if you would give this a try. And it came out for less than half of what the original costed, so that is a steal. Next up, my friend, I have here this other wooden sign. I'm just going to remove the beaded hanger because we do not need it. I'll just save that for another DIY. I'm going to go in with some white paint and I'm going to paint around the whole entire edge of this sign. I did just about 2 coats so it can get nice and covered, and I'm gonna make sure I do all around the sign and inside of the edge as well, because you can see it's a little bit like 3D-ish looking for the edge. So I'm gonna paint that really well, and you can see how it's looking here. I added some painter's tape so that way inside I can paint it completely black, and we're gonna do that now and let that dry really well, giving it a nice coat. With the black, I did just 1 coat and it looks completely good. My friend, I hope your weekend is going really great for you so far and you are having a nice relaxing Sunday, or if it's a Sunday fun day, I hope you are enjoying it. And thank you so much for clicking on today's video to spend some time with me. You guys know I appreciate it and I love you. So now after that black coat, I'm gonna show you here the sign that I am going for. This is a coffee bar sign, and you can see the price right there, which is a bit steep for this sign. So I think we can recreate it for less than half, and I love how it turned out once again. So now we're gonna remove those little guards there with the painter's tape and throw those away. So now we have a nice clean black background. So we just need to add our vinyl of the coffee bar. So I just cut that out on my Cricut with the white vinyl, and I tried my best to get the same font that was on the sign. This was the closest that I could find to it, which isn't too far off. I do like this font, so I'm just peeling it up here. And my friend, don't feel intimidated to use your Cricut for these signs. If you are not comfortable with using your Cricut, if you have one, I do suggest just going for it and using it because it is quite easy. I was the same way when I first got it, but it is pretty easy and you'll get the hang of it once you get the ball rolling and started. And if you don't have a Cricut, you can also use some of Dollar Tree's sticker letters and it will come out absolutely gorgeous as well. They do always have out a ton of sticker letters. And if not, you can get them from Hobby Lobby. And let me know, my friend, if you are a coffee drinker. I am a big fan of coffee, or a huge fan, I should say. More iced coffee for me though. I do enjoy hot, but I have to be in the mood for it. let me know if you're a fan of coffee, or do you like tea, or do you just drink something else. Let me know in the comments below. I would love to know. So you can see the coffee bar is on the center there, and it is looking super cute. So I decided to go in with this yarn from Dollar Tree and just place it around the inside edges of my sign because I love the color. It kind of gives me a coffee-ish vibe. So I'm just going to hot glue it down, and I'm only going to hot glue the corners when I place the string down because this is really thin yarn. So if you place it throughout the whole entire string, you're just going to run a risk of the hot glue seeping out, and it does look really ugly, so I don't want that. So I'm just placing it on the corners as I go, and it does hold it really well. So I just make sure it's pressed down nice and tight, going all the way around. And of course we have to add a final layer of Mod Podge to protect that vinyl, and so it can last really long term. Once that is done, that is it for this sign. You can see here how easy it was to make and how nice and high-end it looks. I think it looks just as beautiful as the original for, like I said, less than half the price, and it is quite a big sign. You can have it standing like this, or you can hang it up as well, and I love it. You would have to let me know what you think and if you would give this a try. And if you are enjoying today's video and DIY, smash that like button and help your girl out to reach new viewers, to get a bigger family. Share this video with your friends and family, so we can grow our community. So next up, for the next DIY, I have here this palette sign from Hobby Lobby. As I said, all the signs that I used are from Hobby Lobby today. So I'm gonna take this brown paint and I'm just gonna scatter it around like this because I'm going to distress paint it, not give it a full coverage. So I'm just going to do that, and you guys know I like to let the brush do the work whenever I am distress painting something. As you can see here, you just want to lightly stroke it so that way it can skip a few parts and you get that natural chippy and rustic look, and you don't even have to sand it down in the end. So that is what I like to do because it is easier and it does look really nice as well. Here is the sign that I am going for this DIY. It says family is the greatest blessing, and it has some clips so you can hang photos, which I thought is really cute. It was $22.79. So yeah, we are gonna recreate this. You can see here I have my vinyl all cut, and I did try to do the wordings as it was on the sign. The family and blessing was in cursive, and is the greatest was in a regular font. So I'm just adding them down one by one onto each panel. You guys, I had a ton of fun and it was really exciting to do home decor dupes. Let me know if you would like to see another video or more videos like this, similar to this but different stores. I would love to create them for you. This was, like I said, really fun, and they all turned out really great. And I do like to, try to dip into something a little bit different other than Dollar Tree DIYs, so that way you guys can get a little bit of something different. And also, I am not doing Valentine's Day DIYs because I'm not really big on Valentine's Day, and I'm pretty sure you can see a million videos on YouTube creating Valentine's DIYs. So I want to bring you something different. While all of that Valentine rush is going on, you can get different home decor. So I hope that is okay with you. So now, once all of the vinyl is on my sign, I am placing that Mod Podge to seal it in, and we're gonna go in now with some clips to hang the photos. These are from Dollar Tree's signs. You can find them on some of their signs, and I like to save them because I know that I can use them for DIYs, which I am using them now. So it's always good to save them. I'm just taking my little sharp knife so I can, wedge that in so we can put our little hanger inside. But I do place some hot glue so that way it can be nice and tight, even tighter when we push it down inside of there. So I'm gonna do that for the first and second one. And now that was the final touch for this sign, and you can completely hang your pictures, your family pictures, and I think it is so cute. Here is how it looks, and I did add some little jute string bows because I thought that would be a nice little touch. But yeah, this is the final look of this sign, and I love it. Let me know what you think, and you can see here in just a minute how it looks with the photo. The photo that I have on here is obviously too big. I have to get some that fits this sign, but it's just to give you an idea of how it would look. And once again, I love it. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. Don't forget to leave a big like and hit that subscribe button. I will see you all on my next one. Take care. God bless. Bye.